Welcome back to Slowlist in Your Face. Today I have a story time. I know it's been a while since we've been on the channel, but I'm back. Today we got a story time about me going to a party. Now I am not a party person, never been. It was more of I'm gonna support, or I don't know what it was, honestly. I don't know why we decided to go, but me and my best friend Kat, that's her real name, um we decided to go, um and we had an interesting time, to say the least. We went to the person's name party. We're gonna name them Donna. So we went to Donna's party. Now, me and Kev, we did not prepare for this. We did not. It wasn't like we were. I mean, we weren't like not ready for the party, but we wasn't ready for that. There was just so much going on. There's so much going on. So, I don't remember when the party started. I think she said 7 was the party was gonna start. Now, if you know black people, right? 7 means 10, right? We got there at 7. And we were too early. Now, it wasn't like, she wasn't prepared. She wasn't set up at all. I know, for it to be so late, she wasn't set up at all. But she wasn't ready. So we're like, okay, we'll help. There's no problem. Like, we're not one of those people that comes and don't help. We had no problem. So we get there, we get in. She's like, you guys are gonna have a seat. Now, Kat is 5'3", 5'4". Right, I'm almost a whole foot taller than her. Right. Why when we sit on the couch, we both the same height? Now I know we're sitting down, but the couch was so lumpy. She literally was. I'm literally so low. Cat is so high, and we're like, what is going on? It felt like someone put the laundry for the week underneath the couch, like underneath the cushion. It was so lumpy and weird, and it wasn't like a couch. It was a futon or something like that. It just felt like so weird. Now at this point, it wasn't hot. It didn't feel hot, but keep that in mind, because keep that in mind. It wasn't hot at this time. So the couch is lumpy. Me and Kat are sitting at different elevations. She's way up in the clouds. I'm down in hell. And we're like, what is going on? Okay, so the couch wasn't really working. So we got up. And she's like, oh, look, I got this confetti. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. I've never really saw that in someone's house. You know, confetti you see at big events and da-da-da. But I was like, oh, I never really saw somebody with confetti. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And she takes it out the bag. And she starts sprinkling it around. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not. Because now I'm looking at the floor. And the floor wasn't, I mean, it wasn't dirty. But it wasn't nice. So this confetti highlighting the floor. I was like, no. I literally said that. I'm like, no. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. Not just like Charlamagne did. Nah, that ain't it. But she continued to spray it. Not spray it. Sprinkle it around. I'm like, okay. And then the lights, right? For some reason, she thought, remember, I don't know if y'all ever know, but like back in the day, and I'm talking about way back, and I'm talking about your grandma and grandpa, maybe even great grandma, grandpa. They used to use blue lights for the parties in the basement. You ever heard of blue lights in the basement? That was literally what they did. They put blue light bulbs. And she did that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so no one can see. Which was fine. Because no one needed to see. No one needed to see what was going on in there. So we're waiting, and she starts texting people not to come yet. It ain't ready yet. Not that it's not ready yet, it's the party ain't get started. Now, here's the problem. If you tell everybody who's supposed to be coming to the party that no one's at the party yet, who's gonna show up? Like, is that weird, or is that like, well, the math not mathing? So my friend Kat's like, shut up, stop telling people not to come, and tell people to come. So, alright, so we're there, we're trying to help with the decorations. She pulls out some cups. Nothing to drink. She pulls out some chips. Nothing to drink. We're like, and when I say she pulled out cups, she pulled out Costco. I'm telling you, Costco BJ's level cups. We're talking about thousands of, not really, but we're talking about over 100 cups for no drink. And then, so her cousin, who, bless his heart, I mean, not bless his heart, that sounds, that sounds crazy, but he was nice. He was nice. He was like, I'll go to the store and get some drinks or whatever. He came back with 2 bottles of something, some apple juice, and so we wait. I don't know. I guess we waited a couple hours for the party to start. People showed up, and there's something missing. There's something at a party that you should have, and it's not the drinks. It's not the chips. There was chips. There's no music. We are waiting for the music. Now, she said our friend, at the time it was our mutual friend, Lauren. She said Lauren was going to bring the music, right? And I'm thinking, well, maybe Lauren lives in the complex somewhere, but she don't live in this building, right? Because it's taking a while for her to get here. So I'm like, okay, so we're waiting for her. I'm like, okay. People came. We're still waiting for her. There was even this part where, because at that time, were people getting light? No, it was like, no, people weren't getting light at that time. It had already faded off. Had faded off. I think people were I think it was like a nostalgic, we're all from a certain place, and we remembered each other from that certain place, and it was like, back in the day we used to do that, right? So, there was like no music, that, you know how you say no music and you clap. That's how it was for a second, we remembered. And I'm like, where is Lauren with the music? Turns out Lauren does not live. She lives in the complex. She lives on the same floor. She literally lives across the hall. All of her friends knew what was up. Nobody warned us, nobody told us, but they knew, don't show up on time. Don't worry about it, because if the DJ, like, she wasn't a DJ, but she had the speakers, the equipment. if she wasn't showing up on time, nobody should have showed up on time. Because why are we in here? No music. She finally shows up. We get a little music going on. And then someone finally showed up with something to drink. And a fan. Now, they didn't show up with the fan. We just got the fan from the back. But it definitely was not a fan that... in the moment, it was... I mean... It saved our lives at the moment. It was like EMTs coming after you had a heart attack. It was really... It was saving grace. And I remember, I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink at all, right? I don't drink or smoke or do anything. But when I tell you we fought for that, I got me a glass of lemonade because, it was so hot. When the people showed up, the heat, you felt, and it was the projects, right? So it was Project Heat. It showed up and showed out. I'm telling you, each room was a different climate, and it went from hot to hell. So after we have the lemonade, or after I have the lemonade, people have their drinks or whatever. Most of the drinks is gone because that's. I don't know if people were drinking to ignore the party or it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot to drink, But I got me a cup of lemonade, and the lemonade was gone. It was gone. So then we move on, and then finally she takes us in her room. Not the whole party, just a few people, right? I'm guessing to spread the party out a little bit. And there's this big bowl of condoms. There's this big bowl of condoms, like party favors, I guess. I don't know. And we're like, okay, that's okay. I mean, to each his own, I guess. I mean, it wasn't like bad, like. Why you have that? It was more like, it was a lot. It was, like what's going on and what happens in this room. That's what it was, because it seemed like a party goes on in this room. Okay, so it was just a few of us. It was like 2-3 of us, right? And there was an air conditioner in there. Now, this air conditioner... Now, mind you, it's winter. Outside is cold. Inside was not. It's freezing outside. Well, I don't know if it was freezing, but it felt like it was freezing. Like, I don't even know. Was it winter? Or was it just the difference was so different? I don't even know if it was winter now that I think about it. I don't think it was. Now that I think about it, I don't think it actually was winter. I think it was just any breeze from outside felt like winter. That's how hot it was. So this little air conditioner, and it was the world's smallest air conditioner. I think it was about 3.5 BTUs. It barely fit in the window. Not because it was too big, because it was too small. It was holding on to them bars for dear life, and but it felt amazing, right? So people wanted to smoke, right? All of a sudden, there's like 6-7 people in the room now. I don't feel that air conditioner no more now. It's just too much heat. It's too much bodies in here. I'm big. I'm the biggest one there. Everybody not big. But it doesn't matter. There's breath, there's heat, and it just wasn't the air conditioner. I didn't feel the air conditioner no more. So they started smoking, whatever, and it was too hot for me to care. Normally I'd be like, okay, I'll leave. It was too hot for me to care. Oh well, if I get contact, oh well. Oh wow, I'm dealing with it. So they smoke or whatever. Eventually, I get up and leave. A lot of people left the room, right? But she stayed in there, right? And then my friend Kat, she's like, she's doing something in there with a guy, right? And we're like, what you playing, right? We're like, you playing? Ain't no way. Ain't no way she doing something. Like, it's not a big place, right? It's not like she took the boy upstairs, right? You know how some parties people hook up at the parties, right? She went upstairs around the corner, right? Her room is right there with no lock. What are you doing? Right? So my friend Kat is like, yeah, she in there giving the guac guac 3000. And I'm like, really? Because she's drunk. And she's way drunk. I'm not talking about like a little drunk. She's wasted. And we're like, ain't no way. And Kat's like, no, she is. So we're like, okay, Kat, you got to get her because she's drunk. Right. If she wasn't drunk, that would have been fine. If that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. But she was drunk. So we're like, and I don't think the other participant was drunk. So we're like, okay. So Kat's like, well, I left my bag in there, so I'm gonna go get my bag and, stop it, whatever. So Kat goes in there, she get her bag, she stopped the guac guac 3000ism. But when I tell you, Kat did not let that go. Oh my god, she was so like, I don't think she was mad. I don't know if Kat. I don't think she was mad, but she was like. But everyone was like, "What are you doing? Like, this is not." She acted like this is some college party, and she in the west wing of the house. Like, that's what it was like. What's going on, right? We didn't even go in the bathroom. We didn't even go in the bathroom, right? And we didn't have access to the whole house. And her dad was in the house, mind you. He was in the back. So it was just a mess. Okay. And so it's time to clean up. Some people left. We didn't have time was had, right? Me and Kat would talk about this party for years. Still do talk about this party. That's how legendary this party was. So we clean up, right? Or we're trying to clean up. Well, not really us, but the cousin from heaven. He's cleaning up, and he's sweeping stuff up, right? And then she go and she like, what is going on? And she trample and spread the confetti around again, and we're like, it's time to clean up. Hello. Then we all took a group picture, and this was so funny because Kat was like, we don't know what happened, but Kat looked in the picture white girl wasted. She looked like she had 100 drinks. She didn't even drink. She didn't have anything, but she looked like in that picture the drunkest person on earth. And we were like, how did it end up like? Because I swear, when we took the picture, it didn't happen, right? It was still kind of early when the party ended. So we all went to McDonald's. Yeah, we walked to McDonald's. Yeah, and that was it. Except for one thing. we went back. We went to another party there. I mean, we learned some lessons, but we did not learn that we don't need to be going to this party. That's what we learned. And so when we went back, some things happened. But that's the end of this story. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try and do some more videos. We'll see how that goes. But until next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.